Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm the dude. Oh yeah, got the robe and everything. With me is Marky.
Two thumbs way up there.
Yeah. It's been a while, so we're gonna do reviews for the last couple weeks, I guess.
I'm a month behind.
Yeah, I'm a little behind. The joys of moving.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll start. Or do you have any spoiler alerts or anything like that?
Spoiler alert: Marvel might be going down.
Ooh. Okay. So my pick it came out I think last week or the week before. It's called Days Missing. It's through Arcadia. Um, issue number 2 of the second miniseries came out. Really interesting story. Gene Roddenberry's son decided to start making comic books. He didn't write it, but like it's underneath the Roddenberry name, so it's kind of got a science fiction feel to it. It's basically about this guy called Stewart who has been around since the beginning of dinosaurs. And his main purpose is to log each day of civilization, of life on Earth. And he protects Earth from like issue 1 that came out last year, which was a 5-part miniseries. In issue 1, he prevented an outbreak of a plague that would have wiped out civilization. And then somehow he's like able to hold that day where it's redone again, that they have somewhat knowledge of what how to fix the events to make sure that evil doesn't happen. First issue, I really didn't care much of the character's look because he's like bleach blonde or white hair and like no eyes. But as the series progressed, I grew to enjoy the look, and in the new series, like I think it's pretty awesome. It's another 5-parter. Issue 2 of the new series just came out a week or two ago. It's a 5-parter, I think. I don't know if you can find it at your comic book store. I know through Amazon you can buy the first miniseries because the company's a really small company, but the stories
Which company again?
Arcadia.
Okay.
You can find it through download. I found it by mistake that way, and I'm in love with it. It's awesome. Gonna start buying it. Really good. So out of Marky's 10 stars, I'll give it a 9.5. I'm giving it a 9.5. It would have got 10, but issue number 5 of the first series kind of dropped a little bit.
So the art's pretty hot too, then.
Yeah, the art's really good. Surprisingly, for like a lower budget company, the art's really damn
You know
good.
where a lot of for me, a lot of the low budget companies fall short is I can never remember what they call it. It's the bubble writers.
Oh, the bubble wrap?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the smaller companies. It's very just like here's your block, here's your words. Not very, like for instance, Zenoscope does that a lot. Just as blocks
Yeah, like the
straight
six.
across.
Yeah, and this comic book
And I think the Six
was a
Gun
lot
ran
like.
that too, didn't it?
Yeah, that's a good comic. Issue 7 is coming out
And I think
tomorrow.
almost all the Big Dog Ink comics are like that too, where it's just
Straight,
squares,
yeah,
and then it's just like
basic
words.
storyboards and
Yeah, and it's just storyboards and that kind of stuff. Just it feels a little bit not as top.
in depth.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. This one was that way too, but
was it?
the story itself and the art made up for it. My wife read it after I read it because I'm like, you gotta read this comic. It's
I always
freaking
forget what
awesome.
those guys are called. Some of the comics put it on there.
Tell me what?
Some of the comics actually tell you what that is. None of the ones in my hand
Huh.
do though. Oh well, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
but I enjoyed it. 9 out of 5. The new story, the second series of it, the 2 issues I've read it are 10 stars each for those. If you can find it, pick it up, buy it through Amazon for the trade paperback of the first episode of it. Ask your comic book dealer or look for it online. Marky?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not sure it's my favorite, but I have to review it. Uh, it was Thanos Imperative. It's issue 6 of 6 here. Pretty sweet cover with Nova and Starlord there. Pretty flashy. Um, it wrapped things up as an issue 6 should. In 6, um, there are some problems I have with it. There's some things I really like about it. Um, I don't know what I would grade this. I'll find that out as I run this review here. Um, Basically, we're gonna have to run some spoiler alerts because I can't really run this full review without really spoiling this story. So big spoiler alert. Um, they win. Woo! Okay. They beat the Cancerverse. Um, Using Thanos as a weapon, which in issue 5 it looked as though Thanos was going to betray them. He said, I want to die and all this because he's in love with death, and so he was upset that he was alive. But really, he was tricking Marvel, the Cancerverse's leader, and when Thanos was killed because he was the avatar of death, Death herself had to show up to claim him or deny him his death. So when she saw that he was alive, it kind of pissed her off, and she just took him away. He's gone, and I was saying he was really what was holding that universe together. The universe kind of collapsed on itself. Um, big One of the big plot points, other than obviously the whole finishing up the story, the good guys win, everybody unites. It seems like the whole Marvel outer space universe now is kind of going to be united with Kree, Shi'ar. All of them are going to be working together now. It seems like. Um, but the other storyline would have been the fact that Thanos once again he got ditched by his love interest, Death. He goes totally berserk, and he's totally immortal now apparently. So he's completely unstoppable. So he blamed Starlord specifically, and said that to punish him, he was going to tear his universe to shreds, and he was going to continue tearing universes to shreds after that until he could be with Lady Death. So basically, Star Lord and Nova stay behind in the collapsing universe to keep Thanos there. They can't keep Thanos, obviously, but they, especially with Nova's power, he drained all the power out of the entire Nova Corps, so he had all the force in him, like he did back in Annihilation. Um, so he was, totally maxed out. Apparently, he maxed out World Mind too, because World Mind totally shut down after this, and there's no more Nova Corps. But they get stuck, so they're basically pronounced dead because the universe imploded with them in it. That would be the big storyline because the two leaders of the book died. Yeah, Star Lord's gone. I would assume that Star Lord's dead. Dead. He's basically a human. Nova, he's got power, so who knows? He might have been able to do some kind of trick. But really, it just kind of upsets me because they're probably the two most interesting characters in the outer space universe of Marvel, besides the bad guys. Um, I'm a big Nova fanboy, but Star Lord as well is very, very interesting, and I just kind of don't see why you would off them unless you're just going to bring them right back to life. And then I have serious problems with that too. When you kill guys, they got to stay fucking dead.
Well, maybe like the universe imploded on itself and created a new universe where they're going to be, or they popped into a different universe or something. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
go against zombies now.
The only other thought I have that they could avoid actually saying they died, I'm gonna have to say if you say that the universe collapsed on them, they're gone forever. Maybe because Thanos is immortal, he's able to take them. Like he's got teleportation powers. Maybe he leaves and they follow in his wake, something like that. But as saying it's a 6 of 6, and I think there's a one shot coming out after it. I don't know if there's a series following it. Maybe they're just done with Nova, which just really, really upsets me. He's one of the most original Marvel characters there is. Most of them are pretty. Here we're going to follow Stan Lee's script of a character and sell him bajillion books. He's pretty interesting, and while he's not 100% original, he's very similar to the Green Lantern. He's original at the same time, and it just bothers me, and that's the part that kind of just weirds me out. To rate this book, I'm probably going to give it a 9 because the storyline wrapped up so well. Um, I probably would have given it a 9.5 if it didn't confuse me as to why they did certain things in the end of the book. The other thing, my spoiler alert earlier with the Down with Marvel. Killed my guy, and your books are still $3.99 while DC's dropped to $2.99. Come on, you gotta get with it.
And Image is starting to do the $2.99 thing. Like Morning Glory is now $2.99 from $3.50 or $3.99 or whatnot.
They gotta get with it. All right, spoiler alert: Rolling Rock doesn't contain rocks.
And Guinness is. All right. I'll quickly bring up another one that I read. I don't have my comic books with me; they're upstairs. Red Robin, the newest one, like issue 11 or 17. I can't recall what number it is. Like Tim's a pimp. Like, and he's even mentioned it. Like, he's like all these like chicks, like Jinx, Cassandra Cain, this new broad that's in the comic book, the African American girl. Like, girls like just flocked it. Like, he's getting it more than Dick Grayson was getting it when he was like Nightwing. So yeah, Red Robin is a solid read. I've enjoyed it. I like how Anarchy is now actually a good guy. Good storyline.
I'm gonna throw out a few real fast before we hit our 15 minutes.
We might have more of that.
I finally read Superior issue 1 all the way through. As I think Jason did a review on this, and I said the part I read was good. It stayed good the whole story. I'm looking forward to reading the second one, and I will be buying the third one. I'd give it an 8. It's building though. I think it's gonna work its way up.
You do know that this Mark Miller guy that does this, Kick Ass, and Nemesis, he's going to do a like crossover between all three of them soon.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I read Soldier Zero 2 and 3 to catch all the way up. Soldier Zero is holding strong.
No.
I'm a little confused though as to where the story is going.
3 was like
I enjoyed
it was
3.
a hard read. Like both Tasha and I were both like, when will this end?
I really enjoyed 3. Actually, I thought it was the strongest of all 3 books.
It made me almost want to drop it because it's just.
I thought it was the best of the 3 books.
Huh. Okay.
It brought a lot of depth to the story because he overpowered the entity or being or machine, whatever you want to call it. My only problem with it would be the fact that in the end it says final fight. Is the book over now? I don't get it. All right. Starborn. Well, Soldier Zero. I give it a solid 8 on all of them. Starborn. Another Stan Lee. I thought it was the weakest of the 3 series.
Yes, definitely the weakest of the 3.
Although it's probably the most intriguing with the crazy ass storyline. It could get good if you read it long enough, if they follow it through and do it the right ways.
We'll see. It almost has like a never-ending story feel to it.
I think I'm gonna read it through issue 5. If it doesn't pick up, it's gone. But I'm gonna give it a 7. Stan Lee's slacking a little on that one. The other 2 are pretty good. They're both 8s. Soldier Zero maybe an 8.5, but I've got too many questions with it still that don't feel answered right. I'm totally in love with this one, and not because of the tits. Warlord of Mars. It is crazy. It's a western, and also at the same time it takes place on Mars. It like switches. The first half of the book is a western, and the second half takes place on Mars with an alien race, like at the same time.
Huh.
It's good. The first issue is $1. They're still carrying it in your stores like reprints for $1. So go pick it up. Read the first issue. It'll make you want to buy the second issue. You're gonna like the second issue. This one I'm gonna give a 9.
Cool. Okay, we got a minute. What did you think of Supreme or Project Superpowers holiday special?
I didn't finish it. I started reading it last night and I fell asleep because it was late. It was like midnight when I started.
Okay, well, it's good.
I thought it was very interesting and well written. Actually, holiday specials tend to be a little jumpy. And it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, it was really fluid. And Alex Ross should just draw old people.
His old people are scary.
He draws them like awesomely. So that's it for this one. We might be back. We gotta discuss what we're going to discuss next. So,
Rolling Rock.
It is. All right. Bye bye.